From the early hours of the morning, law authorities were boots on the ground, ensuring that any protest action was kept peaceful. This follows reports of another resurgence that surfaced over the weekend. SABC reporters were on the ground across the Gauteng province.
People are catching their normal taxis, making their way to work, and but I have to say that today, even though it seems like a very quiet day, there isn't much police presence, and this is compared to last month during the looting period, where there were a number of police cars stationed here outside Lutuli House.
There were calls for calm from the local government, especially in hotspot areas. Last month, Soweto saw mass looting in the area.
We woke up very early this morning trying to monitor the situation, but it is business as usual. And where we are at the moment is at Maponya Mall, where you would recall at the height of that unrest, you had police and members of the community guarding some of these malls. This is one of the malls that was not affected by what had taken place. And Gauteng police are basically saying at this point they are moving to different areas where they consider might be areas that would be hit in the event of this unrest. If that does happen, Police Commissioner here in Gauteng, General Elias Mawela. General, thank you very much for your time. What is the situation on the ground at the moment? We've been driving around. You're at these areas that would be considered as hotspots. What is your assessment of what is happening on the ground around Gauteng?
The day is still very young, like I said earlier on. So these faceless people are Katale, they may do anything during the day. For me, thus far, I'm satisfied with our deployments on the ground. All what I'm doing is to encourage the forces on the ground that they mustn't drop their guards. Let us remain vigilant and continue. I don't know when will this operation end, but all of us who must be physically and mentally ready to can continue the longest time.
Amid fears of a repeat from last month's violence, many communities were ready to guard properties from attacks. On the East Rand, taxi associations monitored hotspot areas.
We are with various taxi associations that are within the East Rand, and they have been patrolling the area, which is the Vosloorus area. When we ask them what is it that they are doing here, telling us that they were going to places where they, like shops, looking out for people that perhaps were trying to loot or perhaps take things from shops, just to ensure that there is order. But I am joined by one of the gentlemen that had decided to be part of this patrolling by taxi owners and taxi associations, Mr. Sabelo Ntuli, and he's just going to tell us how long have they been here and what is it that they found when they were patrolling around the Vosloorus area. Baba Ntuli, thank you so much for talking to us. Ubaba uyakhona ukusitshela ukuthi benenzani lana namhlanje, sibonile benishayela nihamba nibuka, yini isizathu salento beniyenza namhlanje?
We started on Sunday night because we were unable to work during the last lootings and lost money. We also apprehended a man who we believe was looting. We are here to cut looting because this is our bread, and this bread and butter for our children.
Close to 6 years, basically on this crazy animal.
Police remain on the ground to ensure calm remains across the province. Hasina Gori, SABC News, Johannesburg.